Welcome to Global Health. As I promised you in all my episodes, I'm bringing you people from all walks of life. And today, I have Ufuk Batum. He's a phenomenal leader, one of the top leaders, and providing mentorship and guidance to technology companies around the globe. I see him as my big brother. He is really doing an amazing job in terms of building the Turkish startup and technology ecosystem, supporting young women, young entrepreneurs, as well as big corporations. As a strategic mind, he has done amazing work throughout his career. And he is also an academician as well as a businessman. So I kindly invited him to introduce him to Africa through AFROTURK TV. We're going to have an amazing program together. Thank you so much for staying tuned to AFROTURK Health with Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay. And moving right to Ufuk Hocam. Welcome to AFROTURK TV. How are you today?
Thank you, Yavuz, and thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
I would prefer to be the younger brother.
Thank you, thank you. You are always young. We take you as a role model, but your brain and your mind and your modesty is always shining, so we appreciate your leadership.
Probably it's just the ecosystem that you're in that
true.
crafts you in a way.
That is true, very well.
Because you know, dealing with startups and the mentors and you know, academics and so researchers, innovators, so that keeps you young.
Absolutely, and keeps you always vivid. And
yes.
Also, you have to wear all types of hats, right? When you look at it, we'll get all into these. But
yes.
For our viewers, I know you very well. But who is Ufuk Batum? What excites you? What motivates you?
So, who I am, I try to be a rainmaker.
Rainmaker. Tell me more. What is rainmaker?
That I use sometimes on my social media. I like this concept.
Rainmaker.
But of course, I'm an engineer from Boğaziçi University. Then I've been to US for my master's. I started working in the industry as a sales engineer and a sales director. And I happen to be running companies, both in the US, in France, and then in Italy. So after a couple of years, I mean many years that you're abroad, now you have to decide. You're going to stay abroad or you will come and serve your country as well.
Understand. Totally.
So one day I decided to come back, and then I acted as the founding CEO of Turkcell Technology.
Amazing. This is one of the largest technology
companies right now.
And telecommunication, yeah.
Yes. So since then, I'm dealing in the ecosystem, both domestically and internationally as well. I'm delivering courses, entrepreneurship, innovation, management.
Amazing.
Which is so good because you work with young people. Absolutely. They always whisper new ideas, new things. So again, universities, maybe we'll touch on, you know, the current status of universities. I mean, where will they go with all that technology, with all that online, you know, things happening? But I think overall it's a two-way traffic. Absolutely. Universities have to bear two-way traffic.
And so this all arrangement, that the ecosystem you're in, what is the real driver? Why are you in this ecosystem? What motivates you? Every day you wake up, or when you are sleeping, what keeps you sleepless at night?
Well, I sleep well in the evenings. That's because good. I believe my ecosystem, you, me, and so many people around us, we touch on solutions.
Yes.
Maybe not exact solutions for the time being, or not touching everyone, but I work with people. They are after solving problems.
Yes.
So we like to solve problems, absolutely. Understand the problems thoroughly, and then find the resources. That could be a talent, that could be people, that could be capital, that could be
it's like
infrastructure.
A matchmaker of all stakeholders.
That's why I like to call myself a rainmaker.
Tell me more. What is rainmaker?
So in a way, that is maybe looking from a distance with some experience and a strong network that I mentioned, US, other countries. I've been traveling, I've been delivering courses, I've been making connections. Amazing. So with all that elements of the ecosystem, you in a way, judge or you allow or you create teams
That's right.
who are after this solution, you know.
I love it. Then you
So,
make the rain.
Yes, then you make the
Means
rain.
abundance.
Yes.
It means flourishing and cultivating. It's
And
all
that,
about
that keeps
that's
you, you know, highly energetic, and
I
that
agree.
keeps you motivated, and that
Love
gives you a very proper sleep in
I
the
totally agree.
evenings.
So let's get into the small and medium enterprises. You know, where do you actually see the small and medium enterprises stand right now in Turkey as well as globally? And give me some information in terms of the statistics and definitions from your perspective.
So if you look at the corporate life or in business overall, I think this is the essence of our business world.
Absolutely.
The SMEs. Why? Because through SMEs, you happen to distribute the wealth that you create. You happen to distribute the know-how, actually. It's not only in few hands, corporations, large corporations. Yes, we need the large corporations as well. But definitely, when I look on the map, the global map, few countries have a very strong establishment or a network of SMEs.
Yes.
And Turkey is definitely one of those.
I agree.
Why? Because I like to call the term the oil curse. Because we need energy. We need to buy gas and oil, right? For decades and decades.
For sure.
For that, you either suffer because you don't have anything to pay, or you have to diversify your economy.
Yes.
And how do you diversify? By industry, by region, and by size of the company. And Turkey did that.
That's amazing. Turkey played smartly, I look at it. So do you think because we didn't have the oil curse, Turkey is salvaged actually?
So what Turkey has managed is if you look at the number of current industries in our export markets,
Yes.
it's from construction material
Yes.
to services. It's from banking to healthcare.
Indeed.
And now we're in a health program.
Absolutely.
So from services, I mean all kinds of services, from logistics, transportation. I mean, look at airline business, civil aviation, that I worked partly as a senior consultant.
Sure.
So from automotive to spare parts, from concrete to food processing. So if you have one direction from Ankara to Konya, Adana, Gaziantep, hundreds of thousands of SMEs in that region. If you go all the way to, from again Ankara to Eskişehir, Bursa, Kocaeli, and then to Istanbul, Tekirdağ, probably 3 more times of that size. So that brings competition.
For sure.
In the market.
For sure.
Because, SMEs, some good-sized companies, family-run mostly, second generation, third generation, and then you build up this expertise and this know-how of running a company. So when you look at Turkey, probably I would count 30, 40 major industries, probably as hubs, clusters. You could be talking about Denizli. You could be talking about Manisa, Izmir. You could be talking about Samsung for some health tech companies.
For sure. Oh my God, yes. Samsung is big.
So this is a very strong advantage. And I think now Turkey is in a position in that respect, running organized industrial zones,
Yes.
setting up and running and managing technoparks.
Yes.
These are models that we like to share with the rest of the world, and particularly in Africa. And I happen to have the chances of visiting many countries in Africa.
Great.
I love to be there.
And actually, we would love to go together with you and visit some of those countries for sure. And, Africa is almost taking Turkey in some areas as a role model because Turkey happened to never be a colonizer. We have the win-win, philosophy that attracts many of my Nigerian brothers and sisters who are watching right now. from Tanzania to Senegal, from Somalia to South Africa. They are now more and more interested because they want to work as professional equals, which gives them a mindset of yes, Turkey is in for business. So
yes, professional equals. I love that. Yes,
exactly. That's how it should be. And when you look at the small and medium enterprises, why is it so important for the economy for Africa and Turkey?
Because when you look at all your travel in Africa, you will see that the capital, the financial capital, is somehow limited.
Yes.
And there is dependency that you're looking for international funds through banking or through other means. Yeah. So for that reason, for example, corporations, to establish corporations upfront is tough, is difficult.
Yeah, it's an investment which can become a sunk investment.
Yes.
It can be a lost opportunity.
For that reason, you see there are very small businesses, one-man show or a couple of people or family businesses with small capital injection in that small company and sometimes microfinance as a model. You happen to see those companies growing fast.
Indeed.
And paying their debt 100%.
That's amazing.
This is, from a morality perspective and financially,
For sure.
This is very correct.
It is very important. Yeah.
And then decision-making at SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, decision-making is very fast, very dynamic. So we like to see more agile companies. You had so many years in the US.
Yes.
Look what happened during the pandemic.
Yes.
They couldn't take decisions, they couldn't implement, they couldn't produce the ventilators, which was a necessity.
More than 1 million people died.
Yes.
And Turkey managed it much, much better, frankly speaking. And even in Africa, because the time to take reaction and using that technology you have, if you don't take the decision at the right time, it's very hard to achieve the success.
So that we call agile companies, family businesses. So, if you would ask me one very top strength of our companies, that is agility.
I see.
Very agile.
And which industries most of Turkey is concentrated? If you give some sectors,
Well, when I say agile, probably it's almost in all. But definitely the SMEs, agro-business, health tech, edu-tech.
Yes.
Let's talk about startups, the innovation ecosystem.
Exactly.
There is the AI more and more into the picture coming now. Yes. They use AI and then they receive funding from business angels, from venture capital companies, corporate venture capital.
Unbelievable.
So, we have been seeing in the last few years that our per year investment level is around $1.5 billion per year.
Wow.
That is Turkey now, 10 times as compared to 2020. So, magic happens in countries like Turkey and Africa.
I see.
Again, change
of
experience.
It's not incremental. Despite the COVID, if you think the external factors...
It's not incremental.
This doesn't
what was incremental is that over the 2 decades we've been investing in this ecosystem.
That's true.
Through universities, through research, through TÜBİTAK, through ministries, and through by other means. We've been trying models.
Yes.
Some we failed. Some we learned from and corrected ourselves and pivoted. Now, what we should be sharing with Africa is what we learned, so that they don't make the same mistakes.
Indeed. And lose years.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't be an accelerator almost, right? With the experience.
19th century and even first half of 20th century, to exchange knowledge and know-how was tough.
Yes.
So if you have a lead in an industry, that would serve you 70, 80 years.
Absolutely.
Late second half of the 20th century, that was already 40 years. Now, you don't have to wait 30 years.
Exactly.
You don't even have to wait one full generation.
That's true.
8 years, 6 years, you can do it.
Everything is
by learning.
Speed up by learning.
Yes.
And you work with so many SMEs. What makes them healthy And what makes them productive? What are the secrets around this?
The secret sauce.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. I want to get to the bottom of it.
Well, I've seen few. First of all, the founders, they bring value to their businesses. So it's the strength of the founders.
Founders, number one.
Number one. Secondly, those founders, as the companies are not like 2,000 people, they know each and every corner of the company.
Yes.
So any decision here, not necessarily in writing, but it goes very fast decision and very fast execution.
Yes.
That's number two. And thirdly, the capacity of risk-taking.
I see.
I'm not saying they take every risk, but they take some smart, educated risks. And it pays back.
I see. That appetite for risk, but in a calculated way, is
Yes,
crucial,
definitely.
crucial.
Definitely. Otherwise, you would be a gambler.
We don't want that as well, yes. Especially the investors don't want that,
Yes.
But without that risk-taking, you don't see an exponential growth.
Or you don't become an
Even
entrepreneur.
anymore, yes. But also, I think you mentioned before in one of our discussions, the 5-dimensional approach. I'm very curious about that. Can you
Yes.
elaborate on, the 5 dimensions, the management, the finance,
Yes.
production, marketing, and especially innovation and technology?
So actually, we have developed a diagnostic tool that we call a diagnostic tool.
Huge.
That we go and interview, talk to the founders or other few decision makers in the company. Any company, any industry, any region.
Great.
And then with that 5 major dimensions, we set up 150 questions.
Very nice.
But that's all discussion. And then we take the photo.
Wow. You take the entire snapshot
Yes.
in 150 questions?
Why? Because we've been dealing with thousands of companies in the past.
So you see the patterns of
We
what's
see
happening.
patterns, we see regionality, we see culture, we see other things. So one is management, the management capacity. Generally speaking, if the company exists, the management capacity is not bad.
Yes.
Second is marketing capacity as a soft skill. That is generally missing.
Yes.
And then if you feed that, you jump. Where companies in Turkey are very strong is production.
It is indeed.
Lines and lines and production and packaging.
Huge capacity.
Huge capacity and huge talent.
Yes.
That is our biggest strength.
Asset, yeah.
And probably fourth is innovation. Some, they do innovation, but they don't call it innovation. When a governmental institution or someone comes and asks how much you've been spending on innovation, probably cannot answer because maybe it's zero, but there is innovation. If you cannot innovate, you cannot survive. As simple as this. So, all that major approaches. And
You're
then
a physician of startups. You're putting a diagnostic,
Yes.
amazing system and scoring.
Yeah, some good friends around me, they call me.
You are a physician.
Yes. Physician of
Startups,
companies,
you are,
startups, yes. Love to
And
be.
you check that, you do that checkup basically.
Yes.
That's
and
amazing.
with almost 90% accuracy, what pattern you draw is in line with the current situation.
That's amazing. Ufuk, it's such an honor having you in this show. I really appreciate, I know you have limited time. I will stop at this episode and hopefully we'll be together in other episodes as well. Thank you so much. This was a really mind-opening discussion for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Yavuz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Global Health episode with Ufuk Batum. We look forward to having some more episodes with him. Stay tuned to Global Health with Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay and look forward to keeping in touch with all of you through WhatsApp and all social media. Bye.